This is what if... of course. Deku had to rewind in a world where only families have quirks. Third time recording this, trying to record this. Phone kept turning off. Annoying. So, this is part 3 of what if Deku had to rewind where, in a world where only females have quirks. So, it's either Todoroki asks Deku out or Deku asks Todoroki out. Whatever one. It's Thursday, the date's on a Sunday, so skip the Sunday. Deku dresses nicely, same with Todoroki. Todoroki and Deku go out to a 5-star restaurant. Out of that, they go to the movies. Then they get ice cream. Deku takes Todoroki home, because the dorms aren't built yet. So, Deku paid for all the stuff. So now it's the training camp. So this is, so they're on the bus right now. And Todoroki is sitting next to Deku, which Deku normally sits alone. So, people are asking them, are they dating? And they keep saying yes. And every girl that asks gets jealous. No harem, though, because they don't like harems. Never liked them for some reason. But when they get there, Deku feels something is off, because they're nowhere near the camp. So Deku grabs Todoroki bridal style and hops back on the bus. And Todoroki asks what's happening. Deku says, we're not even close to the training camp at all. To the camp at all. Do you think that's suspicious? Todoroki's like, yeah, it's kind of suspicious. So, everybody falls, minus Todoroki and Deku. They just ride the bus home because no one else is on there except for Aizawa and the bus driver. So Deku's and Todoroki are riding the bus. They get there and Deku's making food. Aizawa and the wild pussycats haven't realized that they're there yet. A few minutes later, the food's set out and everything, and everybody was asking, like, where did this food come from? And they just see Todoroki and Deku just eating it. And they ask, how did they get here so fast? Deku said, we just rode the bus. So, they go train right now, because that part was supposed to be training. So, they went to train. When everybody else got there, they were tired and exhausted. Deku was at 25, he can use 27 now. So, they asked how they two aren't, like, all messy and everything. And they told him that they rode the bus. So, everybody got mad. So, Deku is right now in the baths. The same scene with Mineta happens, but on the girl side. And Koda's a girl too, so. Deku says thank you. Koda isn't fair or anything. So, they're training. Like 4 days in, Deku can use around 35%. And he can use around 5 minutes at 100%. So while Deku's doing that, it's the jump scare thing. Deku and Todoroki got paired up and everything like that. So they went in. Deku smelled fire. So he looked over to his right or left, I don't care. And he saw that there's fire. Deku told Todoroki this. It was blue fire at the same too, so Deku went to get Koda and saw that Muscular was there. Female Muscular. So Deku went up to 35 because he realized this is Muscular. And he's no dumbass in this one. Sorry for the cussing. But there's going to be a few cuss words in my videos. So if you don't like cuss words, get out. But anyway, Deku went up to 100 after a little bit. For 5 minutes, he got the upper hand. He had to use 100% smash. Like, probably 200 actually. So his bones were broken. He won't get that big of a scar, but he will get some scars. Probably a tennis ball size on his arm. Size scar. So Bako and Tokiyami get captured because of plot. Deku fainted because he ran out of stamina. Well, that's after he dropped Koda off to Mr. Aizawa. No, Mrs. Aizawa. But Deku did that, and he went to the hospital. He rested up for like 3 to 4 days. Todoroki was there for those 3 or 4 days, and never went to see where she was, and saw that she was with Deku. And Endeavor asked, and this is female Endeavor too. All of them are females. I gotta keep reminding myself about that. So, Endeavor asked why she was here with this boy, and she said it's because he's my boyfriend and everything like that. And Endeavor was actually kind of surprised about that. So, after those 3 to 4 days, Kirishima came up with the same plan, and they went after the whole thing with Endeavor, well, not with Endeavor, with All Might and everything. All Might and All For One started to fight, and All Might's a little bit weaker in this version because Deku's gaining more One For All faster. So, All For One has the upper hand. Deku jumped in to help because he can use 100% with his rewind. So, Deku did that. Deku kept fighting and stuff like that. All Might and Deku fought for around about 10 minutes. Deku was using at least 50%, same with All Might. So 100%. But you also gotta remember one for all multiplies by 2 times one pass down. So Deku's pretty much using 100, and All Might's pretty much using 50. So 150%. All For One was defeated in 10 minutes because of that. Deku didn't pass out or anything, but he did lose a lot of stamina. So, after that fight, Todoroki was worried about him, and the dorms were implemented. Deku asked if they can have a room together, and they said yes, and everything. So, the provisional test happens. I don't want to go over that because that one's boring. So, everybody got it, including Todoroki. Actually, and minus Bakugo, but Todoroki got it because her eyes weren't full of hatred or anything like that. That one guy girl saw that. So they did defeat Gang Orca. Deku used 35% smash on her. After that, everybody minus Bakugo got their professional licenses. And Deku went to Night Eyes, because Night Eye could see the future, and Deku could reverse time. So Deku thought this would be a good agency to go to. And the overhaul arc doesn't happen because Aries already with Deku. But the fight with Overhaul will happen, because Overhaul wants to get Deku because of the bullets. That Mirio won't lose his permeation, but he will lose it for a little bit, probably like a day. So after that, the whole fight happens and everything. I think this might be the end of this might be the finale. Yeah, I think it is. But the whole fight happens and everything. Same as in canon, but Deku doesn't need Eri on his back. So Deku can move around a little bit faster because he won't have the extra weight on his back. Deku defeated Overhaul. Same moves and everything like that. So after that, well, Deku also wanted to get a little bit of revenge because of the torture and everything like that done to him and Eri. So after that, Deku pretty much goes back to the dorms and everything. And this was on the news too. Both the All for One fight and the Overhaul fight. So Deku pretty much is famous for defeating two villains. Eri's happy for him because he defeated the bad woman that hurt him and her. So, and Eri can control her quirks too because of Deku. So, and I'm trying to think what else. Yeah, that's the end. I'll go through a time skip when they're adults. Deku and Todoroki are married. They have like 3 children. And Eri is in UA now. And yeah, I think that's it. Yeah. Good series while it lasted. I went a little bit too fast. But if you have any tips for me or any suggestions or anything like that, just tell me in the comments. Let's end. Bye, people.